Welcome. Today we're going to dive deep into the fact that prayer is a technology and how to utilize prayer properly. How does it work? And I want to start with sharing that in the beginning of my journey, for maybe like 25 years of my life actually, I was not spiritual at all. I was an atheist. I didn't believe in anything. And I remember when, like there was an instinct in me when I was very little, like I knew that I have to develop a relationship with the Creator, with the creation, with something that really exists also inside of me. However, then I found out about religion and prayer and all of these things. Prayer has become more like a worship, more like an externalized thing rather than an actual relationship with the Creator. And I haven't been practicing prayer ever since religion came into my life as, hey, you need to believe this, you need to do this, you need to not do this, how religion was very limiting and very imposing, especially as a child. It's an indoctrination. And so I became even more skeptical about all of these things. Now, I haven't prayed up until 1 year ago, when I reached I reached like everything I could with my own effort, my human efforts, let's put it that way. And then I tapped into a deeper power inside of me that everyone is connected with, and it's the power of being a creator, right? There's deeper layers through time that I tapped into this power. And like especially last year, I tapped into a new layer of it, and prayer came as a result of a practice. How do I connect with that Creator inside of me, and therefore Creator in all things, in reality. And that was through prayer. So prayer for me since has become literally my relationship with the Creator. It is how I communicate with the Creator inside, the Creator outside, however we want to see it. For me, it is inside of me, right? It is a force that I'm part of, that exists within each and every one of us, including nature, including the entire earth, because as a conscious being, the entire galaxy, solar system, all the stars, everything is made by the same force. And so I'm developing through prayer a relationship with that force, right? So has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with worshipping something external for validation and to prove ourselves that we are worthy, or that, to release shame and guilt for whatever we did or didn't do in our lives that we judge ourselves for, or the world judges us. It has nothing to do with that. Okay, so I want to make it clear. It is not prayer for me, if you ask me. That is something else, and I don't know what it is, but it feels externalized. It feels like when we are operating from that frequency and worshipping something, it feels that we are externalizing our power, we are externalizing our life force to something that somehow has power over us. And ultimately, nothing has power over you unless you let it, unless you consent with it. And some people like to say that God has power over them. Great. If that God that you perceive is a good God, is a God that doesn't punish you, is a God that supports you and is your ally and your best friend, okay, you can try and do that. But ultimately, we are all having that frequency inside of us. The kingdom is within. The God's kingdom is within. And once we feel and experience that, then we know. And many of us had that experience, right? So, or not. However, I always encourage people to find that power within yourselves, not externalized. So prayer it's a relationship with that power. That's what it is, with the Creator inside of you. Because I believe deeply, if you know me for a while, if you have been here for a while, or if you participated in any other of my programs and stuff, you know that I don't believe, I know. It's an inner knowing that we are all creators. We are not victims of life. We are all creators. And that power of creation flows through us, is given to us by ourselves, by the higher aspect of ourselves, which is our soul, our higher self, the universe from higher dimensions, to utilize into this human life we have for 80, 100 years if we are lucky, or if we are healthy, let's put it that way, right? So yeah, let's have the most beautiful journey in our human bodies. And for me, in the last year, prayer was such a powerful technology to create that for myself. And so I want to share a little bit another aspect of this that was for me very clear at some point, and it helped me understand the power of prayer. It helped me understand what to expect after I'm praying, right? So here it is. When we are praying for something that we want, or something that we want to experience, whether it is love, better income, abundance, more joy, more peace, a partner, I don't know, house, anything, right? When we are praying for that thing that we want, that we desire, that we deserve, what happens first is that the obstacle comes always first. There's going to be an obstacle to overcome. Okay? Once you see the obstacle, once you realize it, once you see can be a test as well, can be a lesson in it. Once you see that, once you are aware of it, then you are actually ready for the prayer. Then the prayer is going to be answered and comes into your reality. It can be many obstacles that come. It can be 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know. So let's say you're praying for your soulmate, right? You want to be with your soulmate. You're going to experience, you're going to have, so for me it happened as soon as I actually had a very similar prayer. And literally almost instantly, the same day, someone came into my life and I was like, oh my God, my prayer has been answered so fast. And then I saw some dynamics, I saw some what I would call red flags in my observation, and I was like, no, it's not. This is a test. This is the obstacle. If I overcome this, then I get to be with my soulmate. And this is how reality works, because if you would be already there, ready to receive your prayer, your blessing, then you wouldn't pray to begin with. You wouldn't feel a gap from that thing. But we experience that gap, and therefore we pray for a miracle to happen, or for whatever needed to happen. And sometimes that which we think is a miracle, it's disguised as an obstacle, so that you can finally learn that lesson. You can finally break through that pattern and receive your prayer and experience your prayer. This is how it works. So you experience an obstacle, or 2 or 3 or 4, depends on how far you are from what you're calling in. You have to be really honest with yourself. Really, really honest. There is no way you can bypass this. And ready to be discerning. So after a prayer, be discerning and watch what happens in reality. Who comes, who leaves? What signs do you get? Is something going to be taken from you? Then you have to learn a lesson of attachment. It's something coming to you, but it gives you just a little bit. They don't choose you. You want to be with your partner, but they don't choose you. Then you have to learn, what are you truly worth it? What is that you desire? How do you desire to be loved? Do you love the same way, or are you ready to receive, to be loved the same way you love? And so forth. There can be so many lessons in that. And that was also my experience. And yeah, maybe you're calling in more income, you're calling in better clients in your journey. Then you pray, and after that prayer, what happens in your experience is that you're going to experience the reasons those clients never landed in your life. And maybe you are undervaluing yourself. Maybe that is somehow shown to you. Maybe you don't believe enough in yourself. You don't believe you can help that person. And somehow you're going to be shown these patterns and lessons through an actual physical life experience. So be aware each time you pray. Be aware of the fact that because you didn't receive that, because you're not already there, you must experience something, a lesson, a test, an obstacle, a growth process, so that you can actually be in that energy where you can receive your prayer. So your vessel is getting ready to receive that, and it gives you whatever you need to learn, whatever you need to see, to acknowledge, to transmute, to let go of, or to grow into, so that you can actually experience that reality. It is simply how it works. It is just energy. It's just how it works, you know. We cannot just pray and expect and stay on the couch and expect to receive, you know. That's not how it works. That is begging. And we're going to go to that in a little bit. So, yeah, what I also want to speak about is praying correctly is to pray for the thing that you need, so that you breed your desired reality, and not for the thing itself, if that makes sense. I'm going to give an example. Let's say you want more money, you want more income, you want more prosperity, abundance in your life. You're not going to sit in prayer and say, God or Creator or higher self or whoever, please give me more money. I want to have more money. I want to experience more money. You're not going to say that. That is begging. What you're going to say is, please, not even please, but more like, it's an honor, it's a blessing to receive what I need in order to prepare my vessel, in order to strengthen myself, in order to expand my capacity to receive, in order to hold more money, to hold more wealth, to hold more abundance. So you're praying for whatever you require in order to be able to do that on your own. We are not praying for the fish, we are praying for the skill of fishing. That is way more rewarding, because then you can maintain it. You don't need to pray for it. You can pray as a gratitude because you always receive it, rather than I need that, I need that. You know what I mean? So pray for the thing that that is required in order to achieve that which you want to achieve through that prayer. This is something that I had to learn myself. This is something that many people have to learn when they pray, because we used to pray like beggars, right? We want more love. God, give me more love in my life. No. God, prepare me to let go of anything that is not love. Show me where I keep myself stuck for not receiving love, so that I can actually experience love. That is how we powerfully pray. And that is when it happens almost instantly. You're going to be shown where you held yourself back, because you held yourself responsible for what you're creating, because you are a creator yourself. You're not just a puppet on a stream that somehow God is going to just throw things at. Right? That's not how it works. It's not how it works, and so we have to show up that way. So these are the things that really help me to understand how can I make prayer more effective? How can I use this technology more powerfully? So another thing that was so important, so important, is that when you know you're there, when you have received your prayer, when you have received your blessing, when your answer has come, in whether that is in a physical form, where you receive what you called in, if it was physical, or it was like an answer mentally, emotionally, that you were praying for. Now, the most beautiful thing you could do, the most beneficial and effective thing you could do, is to keep praying, but praying from a place of gratitude. Be grateful for what you have received, so that you can actually maintain that. Because if you don't, if you are not grateful, basically, if you don't feel that sense of appreciation, gratitude consistently in your body, then you're gonna lose it. Not because you're not worthy of it, not because somehow God or the Creator or whatever you believe in wants to punish you. It's because you do not maintain that frequency of feeling good. You do not maintain of that frequency of appreciating life. And therefore, life doesn't appreciate you back. Your blessings are going to be removed or delayed or diminished. It is simply energy. It is just energy. And I know we want to take it personally, and I know we have so many excuses and we can blame it on so many reasons and things, but ultimately it's all about you and your relationship with that energy that is you, that attracts everything around you. It's about you and the relationship with your vessel, with the energy that you carry, with your frequency signature, energetic signature, your imprint into creation. That's what's all about. And prayer is really just bridging that, creating that relationship more solid. And so once we receive what we want, usually we are celebrating, we are excited. Yes, I got this, I got the promotion, I got the girlfriend or the boyfriend or the soulmate or the children, or I got the car, I got the money in my bank account, I got the client. And then what we do next is that we stop appreciating. We are not grateful anymore. We just stop. I don't know why, we just stop. And then we experience, we are at the top, it's nice, we're here, and then we go down again in frequency, and then we have to pray again from the beginning. I need this thing again. Well, maintain it, be grateful for it, pray for gratitude. Do the same thing as you do daily, praying for what you want, praying for the power to hold what you want. When you have it, pray, be grateful for it, to maintain it. Pray from a place of gratitude, and that's how you maintain it. It is just energy. It is simple energetics. It is not rocket science. And so many of us don't know this or are sabotaging this. And that's okay too, because there's a part of us that believes it doesn't deserve. There was a part of me most of my life, but I was like, it's too good to be true. I expected something bad to happen because that's how I've been raised in my family. I always saw that the moment we were in a good place, there was something bad happening right away. It was something that has taken away that joy, and somehow that's life. It works in cycles. However, we can still maintain ourselves and maintain our energy even when we are in challenging times, especially when we are in good times, but also when we are in challenging times. And then we are not affected anymore. by that external thing. We're not affected by the thing we pray for. Because it's nice to have more money. It's nice to have your soulmate next to you. It's nice to have whatever you're praying for. But can you be feeling content and satisfied in the knowing that you are the creator, that energy of the creator? You are that. You are part of that. That is where our joy comes from the process of doing whatever we are doing, from the process of being immersed into reality and creating with this beautiful reality that we have available. And if it's not beautiful, then make it so. If it's, for most people, I understand that there's a lot of things that we can blame God, life, the creator for, right? Challenges. I understand that. I experienced myself many moments where I was ready to give it all up. But ultimately, we are in a dual universe. We signed up for this journey. We came here to experience the whole spectrum. And there is no appreciation for the good things in our lives if we don't experience some level of lack. And when we experience enough of that, then we are knowing what we are wanting. And it's simple. When we know what we want, then we have to just work to maintain that. We just have to put our energy into maintaining that. And if we fail, then that's okay. We are feeling ourselves. We love ourselves regardless. We love ourselves in those moments when we fail, when we even sabotage. We have to. Who's there to love you? Who's there to love you in those moments? The Creator. The Creator loves you all the time, okay? It loves you in all the moments. So why would you be hard on you? Why? What is the reason we are so hard on ourselves when we experience like dark moments when things don't work the way we do, and so on? So be grateful. Be grateful when you receive your blessings, but also be grateful when you don't receive your blessings. Be grateful in those moments where the Creator prepares for you everything that you're calling in. Be grateful for the obstacle. Be grateful for the pain, for the challenging moments. Love your pain. Sit with it and love it. There is no way to heal if we don't love our pain. Even if it was caused by something external, something that we consider unfair, we are still responsible to make peace with it and love it and show up for ourselves in a loving way. Why would we show up with less love? Why would we let the world outside make us bitter inside and have that bitterness experience inside? Why? Because when we feel that internally, when we feel that for someone else, we're actually experiencing internally. We give it space to live inside of our vessel, and that also delays our prayers, our miracles, our blessings while we are calling in. Or we receive it but we're not able to enjoy it. So there's so many layers to it, but I think this is when I'm going to stop today. I think this is what I wanted to share, and I hope it makes sense for you. I hope you receive it. So I'm gonna also give you an invitation for those of you that deeply resonate with what I shared, that resonate with with how I share things, how I do things, and it reminds you of your own truth, and maybe activates your desire to create, to, you know, to, yeah, maybe you have a soul calling, maybe there is something calling you on a deeper level and you want to tap into that. I have a community, uh, a, a very like powerful community where we keep each other accountable, where we keep each other empowered, supported. Every single week on Saturday we have a 1 hour meeting where we dive really deep into whatever everyone is at, whatever everyone is creating, and it can be many things. It can be from ancestral things that they feel that they need to rewire out of their system, all the way through marketing tips and how to show up for what you believe in, and how to break through the fear of visibility and be more confident in yourself, and how to embrace prosperity, abundance, like on an actual nervous system level, not just through theory, like, deep guidance. So there's gonna be, there's powerful people inside there, and we all walk each other home, and not just home, but in our expansion, in our creations. From walking each other home, we expand into what are we here to create. What is our challenge this week? What are we celebrating? It's a very powerful container. And if you resonate with me, if you resonate with that, and if you think it's going to be, something in your life that you need right now, send me a message. Send me a message, and I'm going to tell you more about it. You can also check more info below. So this is based on resonance. It has to resonate with you, and we go from there. I also do one-on-one work, and I do private retreats. So I invite people here in Costa Rica, where I live, and we have the most amazing, powerful experience together on all areas of life. We can look at all areas of your life and elevate you in all areas of life, receive support, and what you need, and to remember who you are on a deeper level. Alright, this was fun. Okay guys, have a blessed rest of the week. Remember, you are the creator of your own journey, of your own reality. You are powerful, you are beautiful, you deserve a great life. You deserve great peace and love and joy, abundance, and everything you want to experience for yourself. Ciao for now. Much love.